Hello everybody, welcome to the Stripe Show episode 24, back home here at the beautiful Jacksonville Golf and Country Club. Action-packed show here today. We got two shows left today here at Jacksonville Golf, and then next week, guess what? We're going to the TIAA Stadium, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are going to be good again this year. We got a special last show next week with Josh Scobie, the all-time leading scorer for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But first this week, terrific show. We've got four really good Show Us Your Swings. You're going to enjoy these Show Us Your Swings this week, and a really, really solid 14 strong with the 3-wood. We'll get to that a little bit later. I want to get right into it. Our first Show Us Your Swing. Check this out. I've got to go over here and make sure I've got some golf balls left from last week at Victoria National. That is a championship place. Check out Kevin. I'll see you in a minute. Kevin Travis here. Wow, 18 Pebble Beach with a glow ball. I mean, this is like as good as it gets. Check that out. That is fantastic. I love it. A lot of good stuff in your swing. The biggest thing coming down here is you do a nice job with the shaft. Look at this. That shaft shallows out nicely from the inside, and then you really get after it with rotation. In your notes, you said you want to get rid of this across the line, wristy stuff. I'll give you two things to help you with that. One is your hands in the first move go out away from you pretty quick, right? So your hands kind of go out that way versus your hands staying in kind of more inside. So when your hands go out, the club head gets behind the hands quick, and then as you turn, it'll get across the line, right? So what I'm going to show you is how to kind of get the hands a little more in closer to you, the club head a little more out, so the club head will probably feel like it's out here more, right? The hands will feel in, club head out, and then from there, as we go to the top, I think it'll be a little easier for you to point the club a little bit more left. Across the line doesn't bother me that much at the top. That's probably a little more than you want. But like I said, you do a nice job coming down and really get the club in a decent playing position where you can rotate and hit it. So I'll give you a couple things to work on to kind of eliminate in your words, quote unquote, that wristy stuff getting the club across the line. Here it comes. All right, Kevin, good stuff. 18 at Pebble Beach. Are you kidding me? I'm going to try to do one better here. This is one at Jacksonville Golf and Country. I'm going to give you that one. 18 at Pebble is tough to beat. All right, I like the downswing. All right, I like how the club, really kind of gets there. Now, per your notes, you were saying you want to get rid of kind of the wristy across the line stuff. All right, so if you want to do that, couple things to consider. The first thing is when you take it back, this lead shoulder kind of elevates quickly, and then your hands go out this way, right? So you kind of get this look, and then from there you have a lot of range of motion to turn and get the club over there, all right? Now the opposite of that would be hands would stay in closer, left arm more attached, left shoulder would work more down. See this angle here with my shoulders? I'm more on this angle rather than, say, up here. So you kind of got a little of this, and we want a little more of this. I'll exaggerate a second. Okay? All right, so that's kind of the first thing. Feel some of that. And then from there, once you're more here, now you can rotate the shaft and point it more left, but staying in this inclination here, right? Don't stand it up, okay? So it would be more one, hands in, club head a little more out, shoulder down. Two, club pointing left, shoulder down. That's how you would kind of tighten, fix that. Now, Tom, come in here a second. Got a T here, okay, right on the end of this. You could take a stick and put it in there and make it real long. Go ahead and pan out here for a second, Tom. We're going to take our setup here. Of course, it's pointing at me. Now I'm going to go halfway back, left shoulder down. And you can see how the T here, go ahead and come in here again, Tom. You can see how this T is right under my forearm. When I look straight down, I can't see that T, okay? So it's right underneath it, really good there. I like that. So I can kind of go to one left shoulder down and that T's underneath. If I go the old way,
If I go the old way, that tee's going to show up quick. Okay, so I kind of like that. Here, I like that underneath there. And then as you go to the top here, now the tee can point out in front of you because the shaft's pointing to the left. We'll go back to that target line here, and you can see how that tee is pointing out in front, like that. So work on 1 and 2. I think if you do that, you'll start to eliminate, quote, risky, across the line stuff. And then from there, you can just turn and hit it. I like how you get after it on the downswing. 18 at Pebble, 1 at Jack's Golf. There it is, first of the day, a little toey. Catch the fairway, get down a little bit, yep, in the fairway. You do that, more fairways hit. Really good video, appreciate it, Kevin. Let's keep it rolling here. Show us your swing. Number 2, this is Ty.
All right, hey, Rye, Travis here. Thanks so much for the video. Sounds like you got a little slice going on right now. Couple things that I think I can help you with here. The reason for the slice, it looks like from the top of the swing, first move, look at this here. You can see your hands go out quite a bit, right? So on the downswing, everything's kind of going this way pretty abruptly. And then as you turn the jets on, I think the path is working a little out to in. So what I want to do, I want to try to get you to hit a little more of the inside of the ball. And to do that, the first thing, when you go back, watch your right knee. See your right knee, you're adding flexion down. Okay, anytime you're adding flexion in that right knee, that's a little more of a cut principle. I want you to try to straighten that up. Let the right hip turn back. Let the right leg straighten up. And then on the downswing, what we're going to do is we're going to feel like things kind of fall a little bit more back behind you. The shaft's going to feel like it's a little more back in here rather than, say, kind of up in here. All right? So I think those two things on the downswing will really help you hit a little more of the inside of the ball. This right knee, I think, will be a big, big component to hit that draw versus that fade. Here it comes.
All right, good stuff. I think it's Ty, but it might be Rye, but we're going to go with it either way here. I like the swing, and I think this is a good swing for all of our viewers to kind of pay attention to what I'm going to show you here, because you're struggling with a little bit of a slice right now, a little fade, kind of goes out, leaks off to the right. So how do we clean that up a little bit and try to get the ball to turn over from right to left? How many of you at home would like to have a draw, right? Raise your hand. And I think that's probably about 80% of you, right? We know 70, 75, 80, somewhere in there are missing the ball to the right. So if we can help get the ball go to the left, well, that's going to help most players. So here's what I want you to do. As you take it to the top of the swing, let's go to the target line here. And I'm going to set up here. Your knees, when you go to the top, you add flexion, okay? In particularly to the right knee. Left knee's okay. That left knee, it's going to kind of work down. But the right knee, it needs to start to straighten up a little bit, right? Here at the Stripe Show, I've talked a lot about that trail leg and letting this leg straighten up, okay? Not add flexion, okay? When I add flexion, then my left arm can't get deep enough. It's hard to get this left arm back in here. Now, you may think, well, Jim Furyk adds flexion to his right knee, and his left arm is really upright, but then what does he do on the downswing? Right? He creates it coming down. He really drops it back. That's hard to do. So for most amateurs, what we're trying to get them to do is letting this right leg straighten up, okay? Just feel like you physically get taller. Just do that, right? Let's go to face on here for a second. Turn, right leg pushing up. Turn, right leg pushing up. Good one for you to look at, Jordan Spieth, right? Loses flexion in his right knee. Sam Snead back in the day, right? All kinds of good examples. That's number one. When the right leg is pushing up, you're losing flexion in the right knee, then let the left arm round out. Let the left arm get back in here, like someone's pulling on my left arm back that way. It's going to feel lower. It's going to feel flatter, deeper, not up here, all right? Those two things together will really help you and most players like this. Now, coming down, I said let that club head start to kind of fall behind the hands. Well, it's going to be easier to do that if we can let the right knee straighten, if we can get the left arm deeper. But I'm a big fan coming down. As you work on the backswing, big fan of letting the left hand start to curl underneath. Feel this callaway right here. I've got this callaway. Feel that callaway working down to the ground. Okay, watch this. It's like I'm rolling that down, not to the sky. Come in here, Tom, just for a second here. Check this callaway out here. See that right there? Right, I'm gonna start down. Watch this. Disappears. Disappears. Now watch. Now you can see it. Slice, draw. Okay? So I like that coming down, but work that right leg, work that left arm going back. This is something that I work on actually in my swing some. Trying to lose a little bit of flexion in that knee. Left arm up. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Up. I got one left from Victoria. Stay right there. That one didn't count. You know how we do it here on the Stripe Show. You know how we do it here. You get a mulligan. You get a mulligan. All you got to do, like the show, share it, and then you get a mulligan. And I've done that plenty of times. So here we go. That one didn't count. Right leg, left arm. There it is. There it is. Up the middle, little bit of a draw. I like that. Good swing. I hope that helps you, Ty. We're rolling here on the Stripe Show. Remember, we got one more week, and next week we're at TIAA Stadium where the Jacksonville Jaguars play. Remember, they were in the AFC Championship last year. They're going to be really good this year. We're live on the field. You want me to give you an analysis from the field? Here's how you get involved. Hey there, Travis Fulton here with the Stripe Show. You want to get involved? What's on your mind? Send me a question, tweet it to @18Birdies app or email it to the Stripe Show at 18birdies.com. But perhaps you really need some help. I want you to send me a video. And in that video, I want you to tell me what the tendencies are with your ball flight so I can help you. Film your swing from face on, where you're looking at me just like this, or the target line. One of these two angles is what I need to see to give you some good feedback. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to make you a deal. I'm going to show you my swing. Now I want you to show us your swing. Yeah, it should be right over here, just on the edge here.
No, it's right here, man.
You got it?
Yep. Right down there.
Oh, that's not it.
It's yellow with black spots.
Not it. Just run 14 strong, Justin.
14 strong.
Woo! All right, time for this week's 14 strong. And I've picked the club. We haven't done 3-wood yet. So we're going 3-wood. Got my Callaway Rogue. Let me tell you something. This club right here is the best club that I've ever put in my bag. Rogue 3-wood. No exaggeration. Incredible off the tee. Incredible off the fairway. Now, I've got 2 assistants here to help me with this week. You may have known them from previous. Tom and Jaron. This should be interesting here this week. All right, guys, you ready to go? All right, so we're talking spine angle, okay? Spine angle this week. You know, last couple weeks, I posted this thing out on my Instagram, Travis Fulton Golf, and I was talking spine angle, feel and real, and I got all kinds of feedback, some negative feedback as well, saying that's not what happens with the spine. So we're gonna clear it up. 14 strong, 3-wood, talking spine angle. I'm gonna take you through 4 movements, okay? Here we go. Stand up nice and tall. The first movement, the spine goes to right bend. Tilt to the right. Your other right, Tom. Okay, good. Right bend. Okay, now go back to neutral. Left bend. Good. Okay, so we can go right bend or left bend. Right tilt, left tilt. That's the terminology, all right? 2 more, ready? Next one, we're gonna flex forward. Go ahead, yeah. Stand back up neutral. Extend back. Good. Okay, back to neutral. All right, so those are 2 more movements. We can flex forward, we can extend back. All right, we're gonna play a little game here, just like we do every week here. It's called Travis Says. Ready? Okay. Travis says flex forward. Excellent. Travis says extend back. Good. Travis says right bend. All right, that's enough, Tom. Thanks, guys. We appreciate it. Get back to your movements there. A little bonus in the mail for you. Let's get back to some spine angle here. Now, those guys, as they were going through those 4 movements, right, we could go left bend. We could go right bend. We can flex forward. We can extend back. Now, in my post, I was talking about extension, how the spine, the thoracic spine, works into extension. That movement is critical, not only with a 3-wood, but through every bag. Watch this. I'm going to set up to this ball. I'm going to bow forward. I'm going to flex forward. And then I'm going to tilt my spine a little to the right. Okay? Now, as I turn, shoulders, hips, my spine should take on some extension. Watch. Okay? So I took on some extension in the context of my turn. Now, this time, I'm going to stay flex forward. Okay? See the difference? I stayed flex forward as I turned. Feels like I've lost a ton of range of motion. Now I'm going to extend. Okay? So feeling real. You need to feel extension. When I show that to people, when I post that, I talk about it on Golf Channel, whatever. They say, well, that can't be right. You can't be extending this way when the ball's down there, right? But you do. The spine extends, but the shoulders stay on that angle. Let's go to target line here. Here's my orientation. You can see I'm still on an angle. I've extended with my shoulders tilted down. If you've never done that before and you take that on, wow, is that going to help your turn to the top of the swing? It may feel like you're lifting a little bit, but it's how you stay in your spine angle. Your spine angle's changing. It's moving. It's taking on movement. You don't just set up and stay flex forward. Try to stay down. It's bad advice for most people. All right, so extension. I got to turn. I got to extend. That really helps me recruit properly to the top of the swing. Now, as I swing through, watch this. Here I come into impact. Check this out. Impact. There I am, a little right bend. Turning through. What's my spine doing? Tom, what's my spine doing?
Flexing.
It's extending. Good. Okay, so your spine is extending this way. Okay, now I'm going to stay flexed, Tom. As I come into impact, I'm going to stay down. All right, so you can see when I stay flexed, I stay this way. My head usually goes forward. No good. So I'm working all the time with students in the context of this turn to try to get them to recruit in their spine angle with a little bit more extension, whether going back and or coming through. Look at that. Okay? That's healthy for the spine. It keeps it in line. What's not healthy is staying down. Right? That rounds it out. And in the context of the turn can put pressure on that. So, you're probably at home right now. You're going like this. You're turning, extending, keeping those shoulders, target line here on that angle. Right? Not up here. Not this. Not this. Here. And then you're probably saying, all right, let me do this once. Go to impact, put my weight left, a little bit of right bend, and then extend. And as you extend, you'll feel that left leg starting to push up. Right? You're like, oh, wow, okay. And that gives you all kinds of range and room for your arms to swing through. Game changer. Not only with the 3-wood, okay, but through the bag. All right, so let's set up to our 3-wood here. We're going to move the ball position just inside the lead shoulder, okay, right in here. Driver, you can get it up in here. 3-wood right here. I like the hands in line. Hands in line. The 3, maybe a little forward, not much. And then, of course, where's that? Just that little side bend to the right. Okay? And with that ball forward again, as I've talked many times, turn your chest a little bit. Kind of feel like you're back here. Now, here's what we're going to do with the 3-wood. We're going to start that club head just a little bit out in front of you. All right, just a few feet. Look at here. Look at the club head. I can see it right in front of me. No. Target line. Yes. Start it here, then what? Extend. Extend. Okay? 1, 2. Fabulous with the 3-wood. Now, from here, little weight shift. Then what am I going to do? Extend. Okay? If we can do that, set up like that, I bet you will be busting your 3-wood. There it is. Just a little bit to the right, but hopefully you could see the extension. This is an important 14 strong. Not only do we need to hit this club, my trusty little Rogue 3-wood, but you need to understand spine angle, and extension is a big part of that. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's keep it rolling. Time for Show Us Your Swing number 3.
Guy, hey, Travis here. Thanks so much for the video. Lots of good things coming through. I was looking at your swing from face on earlier, and I really like how the shaft shallows out. The club head kind of gets back behind the hands, and then good job of just turning the hips and the shoulders through the strike. You mentioned that you're losing distance and kind of hitting some weak fades, and I think we can really clean that up in the backswing. Your first move, your hands kind of go out away from you here. I'm going to get your hands to work more inside. I want your hand path to go more in, and then I want that right arm, instead of to be so upright here, I want to get this right arm here to be more kind of back in here, a little lower and around you rather than upright. And I think that'll really give you more time to hit the inside of the ball and get this little draw going. Now, as we do that, I'm going to shut the face just a little bit more too. Okay, so as the hands go in here, I'm going to make sure that club face, that toe right there, is not pointing up, but rather the face is looking more down to the ground. So I think hands in, club face more closed, right arm more round the body, flatter. I like that little trio of things to get some distance back and to hit that little draw. Here it comes.
All right, good stuff. Thanks for the video, Guy. I can help you with your swing. I saw in your notes, tendency, hit that little fade, right? We were talking earlier in the show about how to get a little bit more of a draw there with an iron, or with a driver rather. And with you hitting your iron, I want to talk about 3 things that I think will help you turn that little weak fade into a draw and get some of that distance back. All right, so let's go to the target line here. The first thing, as I mentioned in the video, is the path of the hands, really important. We're having a lot of videos coming in as of late where we see the path of the hands working out this way, right? The left arm's coming off the body. Okay, for a lefty, that'd be your right arm coming off the body. The lead arm, right up under here, Tom, check this out. Get in here for a second. If you just took this shirt here and kind of pinched it, right? Get that pinched. Okay, now pan out for me here, and you can see how that's going to stay pinched, right? So we stay more attached here. Back to the target line, you can see that gets the hands going in. Now, if I disconnect, my hands go out, right? And I get all the space in between my forearms. You see people put like a ball between their arms. That helps them keep things more structured, right? Kind of pinched in here. And really, one of the things that that's doing is just keeping the hand path more in. Okay, so hands in, club face, again, looking down. A couple ways you can look at the face. This toe, make sure the toe doesn't get going to 12 o'clock. Okay, so I could take it to parallel, right there, parallel to the ground. I look at the face, the toe's at 12, should be down. From my perspective, that toe is 10 o'clock. Okay, that's what you need. Hands in, club face, toe pointing in, 10 o'clock. I'm going to exaggerate. Okay? Matt Kuchar. Okay? You're out here. Okay? Disconnected, hands out, face opens. Okay? So that's number one. The second thing is then you can start to, again, get that lead arm to work around you. Let that trail leg start to open up. You might even kind of drop the foot back. Let it open up. Hands in. Club face closed. Lead arm back in here. Okay? So if we do those three things, then I think it sets the stage for you to hit more of the inside of the golf ball. We don't hit the ball with our backswing, but man, does the backswing set the stage and really determine so much to a large degree for most amateur players the probability of what's going to happen at impact. And I've seen it time and time again. You start to clean things up in the backswing, probability goes up, downswing starts to improve, impact improve, and I think you'll start to hit a little bit of a draw. Look at this. Hands in, club face closed, lead arm back. Let that trail foot drop back a little bit. There it is. And we start to get a little more of a push draw, and I think that's going to help you out. I like these show us your swings this week because we're taking some fades and we're turning them into some draws, and I know that's going to help the majority of people. And you know what? This week also we've got a short game shot. This comes from Eric on a short little green side pitch. This is a great video. Check this out, and I'm going to show you how to hit it.
Hey, Eric, thanks so much for the video here. Love the little short game shot. Lots of good things going on here. And particularly a little forward lean here. Look at that. Nice little forward lean. Body turns through. Very nice. Now, I'm going to show you two things here. Clean up the setup, belt buckle to chin. This is a big one for everybody listening. And rotating the face a little bit more going back. And I think that's going to clean things up at the bottom. And I'll probably even show you just a little something right here on how to soften that finish. All right, buddy, here it comes.
All right, Eric, so pumped that we have a short game video to break down. Hey, next week, we only got 100 yards to deal with at Jacksonville Stadium there, TIAA Stadium. So if you got a short game shot, 100 yards on in, I'm telling you, send it in, email it, thestripeshow@18birdies.com, and we'll get it into the show. Couple things for you, Eric, here on this. This is important stuff for everybody. The first thing is when you set up, a lot of lefties here, by the way, your lower body is definitely moving weight to the front foot, right? So if I just take my belt buckle, okay, look at my belt buckle and then my top button. If I just take my belt buckle and I slide it over there and my top button stays back, you can see I take on a lot of side bend, right? There's that side bend, that tilt again, right? Like this to the right. Okay, that's not usually what you want in short game. See how my shoulders are really tilted? I like that in the full swing, a little bit of that. But in short game, what we want is we want a little more of this. Okay, so if I was to stand up a little more neutral like this, and then I said to you, Eric, take your spine, tilt it slightly towards the target. Okay, for you that would be your left-handed to the right. For me it'd be to the left. And then open your shoulders a little bit and put a little weight left. You can see how this now is a little more stacked up rather than this. Okay, that's what I want you to do. So go here, 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 and then you're just like that. Okay, shaft alignment pretty neutral, just a little bit of forward lean, don't need a lot. Okay, now let's go to the target line. Right now you're taking it back like this. That club face is closed. We need some face rotation. See there? Look at that toe. Boom. Okay, come in here, Tom. Zoom in on my lead hand here. Watch this. This lead hand. I'm gonna let that left hand start to rotate the face. See there? Rotate the face. And I'm gonna hinge it. Okay, this is where short game's different. We can take on some face rotation. See there? Okay, so I'm gonna hinge it up. I'm going to rotate the face, Club head's a little higher than the left wrist here from face on, and the toe is a little more up to the sky from the target line. All right, so we've got our setup. We're rotating the face, and then from there we can just let the club fall and turn through, and that club head just tracks through the grass nicely. What happens when we get too much this way and we start getting on that side bend this way, we start to bottom out too soon. Okay, we start hitting back here, and then we have to kind of start throwing the hands at it. All right, what happens when the face is shut, the leading edge gets too sticky at the bottom. Okay, so then we have to start backing up this way. So those kind of go together, what you were doing. So one more time. Spine goes a little toward the target. We open the shoulders. We put a little more weight on the lead foot. We're going to hinge it. We're going to rotate the face. And then from there, the club should just fall. And we just turn through. And there's no dig. We just use that bounce. And I like that. Out of the rough, out of the short grass. And I think that's going to help your short game shots, Eric. And I know it's going to help everybody at home. Really, really stoked that we had a short wedge shot. Send some more in for next week. Jag Stadium, baby. Now, one of the favorites from all of you out there, a little something we call the
mailbag.
Here he comes, the man, the producer, Justin. Got some questions. It's been a few weeks.
It has. So the first question is, can you put too much weight on your front foot during a short game shot?
Okay.
Yeah.
And a lot of short game questions here, right, this week. Lots of short game questions. I like it. Can you put too much weight on your front foot? Yes, you can. Watch this. If I set up here, a little pitch shot, I just hit this shot earlier for Eric. If I just put a ton of weight over here like this, right? Okay, the more I go here, the tendency is the more that I want to back up, right? So I can get heavy, heavy, heavy on the lead foot, but then what happens, that shaft gets forward, and then that leading edge starts to dig, right? And we don't like that. We don't like it when we go like that and that leading edge digs, even if we hit a good shot. The second thing is the ball comes out too hot, right? Too much ball speed, so it's hard to control. We anticipate that, and then we start to kind of throw it, or we start to back up, we start to decel, so it doesn't come out too hot, or so we don't get the leading edge caught in the ground. So I like the word subtle. I like weight on the front foot, subtle, right? A little bit. Be conservative when you're putting weight on the left foot. So I get in here, shaft slightly forward, a little bit of weight on the left foot, get this in line, don't get this way, right? Because that's a tendency, you get way over here, then you get this way. And then from there, now the club head's gonna fall, leading edge shouldn't get caught in the ground, and I should just be able to turn through just like that and hit a nice, clean, short game shot. So be subtle a little bit with the weight. Next one.
Question 2. All right. So how do you do a pitch shot from a short lie or tight lie?
From a
I should say
tight lie.
Tight lie.
Okay, yeah. Short grass, right? We get just green side. Go ahead and back up here, Tom. We're going to get into the short grass here. All right, so I like to go to my 56. I hit that last one with the 60, okay? I like to go to my 56 when getting into these tighter situations. You can use your 60. This has got a little bit more bounce, right? Now, when you get into these tight lies, right, two things we got to control. One's the point of entry. We got to catch the ball first. And then the second is then it shallows out. Okay, we want the club head to hit the ball first and then shallow out. Okay, we probably don't want to get that. You can hit that shot. Okay, and you can catch it and the ball can come out, and there's times for that on maybe really hard pan, right? But a tight lie, ball first, then shallow out. How do we get the ball first? Well, get the sternum over it. I see a lot of you, again, too much right bend. Stand up, left bend, open your shoulders. That gets the sternum, this top button, on top of the ball, okay? That'll help catch the ball first. Now, from there, we shallow it out. We turn, and we put the butt of the club right here on the left hip. Soft left wrist, soft left elbow. Sternum over it. Nice soft landing over here. Clean point of entry. And look at that. Little bit of spin. You can see I just clipped that. Just a little bit of a bruising divot. I like that shot. Practice it. You'll get good at it. Let's keep going here.
All right, question 3. Why do you always use mini soccer balls as a golf ball?
Hey, mini soccer balls, right? Well, they're yellow. I can see I just turned 41 last week, right? So I'm getting a little bit older, but I like that black dot too. It kind of quiets the mind now, especially when I'm putting. Don't worry about it, man. It's Truvis. I love those golf balls. The chromies are the best. Keep going here.
All right, all right. So, do you have any tips on using a hybrid around the green?
Well, I just happen to have a hybrid here laying in the grass. And look at this here. Tom, check out this lie. Right up against the collar here, right? That would be a situation where we could blade it with the wedge, or we could just take this hybrid and we could putt it, right? So I'm gonna take my putting grip. I'm gonna grip down. I'm gonna put my feet together. Once again, little left bend, little open. And then I'm just gonna take this putting motion back and through. And as I do that, look at that, that ball comes out a little hot. I hit that a little hard, but it came out clean, right? I kind of jumped out just a little bit, but it came out very, very clean through here, right? And you can take that lob wedge, and now you run the risk of that leading edge. So I like these hybrid shots. You start getting up on these collars here, take your putting grip, but get your chipping set up like we talked about, and then just go back and through from there, and that thing comes out so clean, and we'll run up the hill or run off through the apron here and up by the flagstick. Good stuff. 3 short game shots. I hope that helps you here. I love talking short game here on the Stripe Show. We're going to keep it rolling here. In fact, we're going back to the archives, because as we get to the end of the show, we do a little something called 60-second swing fix. Here's one of my favorite ones. Time for 60-second swing fix, but before we get to it, like us here at 18 Birdies Facebook, and be sure to share the show, because you know the deal. If you share, you get a free mulligan, courtesy of Travis Fulton. You can tell your playing partners that I said that. All right, give me 60 seconds, Justin.
60 on the clock.
We're in the greenside bunker. It's 180 degrees here in Florida, but I'm here to help you. What I want you to do, greenside bunker, just like that lob shot, right, in the Q&A. Gonna open the face. We're gonna lower the handle down, right? Here we go, check it out from target line. I'm gonna lower the handle down, get a little cup in that left wrist. I'm gonna get a little more side bend to the left. Check this out from face on. Don't get hanging out this way. Get over here, weights left. Gonna get some arm swing going with the wrist hinge. Now, from here, watch my chest.
30 seconds.
I'm gonna turn it through. See how I did that? Like striking a mat. Right? A lot of speed. See that? Splashes the sand out. Pick up the speed with the torso. Handle down. Little side bend left.
10 seconds.
Wrist hinge. Rotate the torso through. Tom, you get that? That's 4 feet. That might be the best bunker shot that I've hit all year. I love that. Strike the match. I think that's going to help your greenside bunker play. All right, that was one of my favorite 60-second swing fix. We've done so many of them here on the Stripe Show. Go back there on 18 Birdies Facebook and watch the other shows. Lots of good info there. All right, we're going to have some fun here. It's the beginning of the playoffs on the PGA Tour. So we thought, you know what, here on the Stripe Show, we're going to have a little playoff here. We were talking short game. We're going to bring the crew back in. So up first in our playoff, closest to the pin from Jacksonville, Florida, Tom. All right, let me get out of the way, Tom. Let me get out of the way. Here we go. A little short pitch. See if you've been paying attention at all this year. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Well done. Well done. Well done. You guys see that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we got one on the green. I'm just saying that might be the winner, maybe? No? All right, here we go. Up next, Justin. Can't let Tom beat you, Justin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not even really sure what I'm looking at.
What are you doing?
No win.
Okay. Here we go. He's got to get it inside 14 feet.
14 feet.
Oh, get up, get up. Oh, he's... It's on the green. It's on the green. Hey, not bad. I'll take that. 2 on the green here from the staff. But our final contestant, Jaron, and I love the club selection. Going with the hybrid. Someone's been paying attention today. This is to advance in the playoffs to the next round. Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be close. Here, I'm going to go measure it. Stay right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I think we should have a putt off.
I think, let's go do it again. We got to do it again. Oh, get up. Get up. All right, here we go.
Right on line.
Yeah, about 17 feet. It was right on line. Not going to lie, you guys are impressing me here. Going with the hybrid again. Oh, get down. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Tom. Thank you for watching the Stripe Show. We'll be coming from you from Jag Stadium next week with the all-time leading scorer, Josh Scobie. See you next week.